All right, so for today's video, we are going to be taking a look at this three-piece tool set from Klein Tools. Now, this kit's model number is 92918. And then, like I said, this is a three-piece set from Klein that I did pick up at my local Lowe's. I saw it on the shelf and thought that it was going to be a good idea to go ahead and pick this set up, considering I was looking at these kind of these adjustable water pump pliers, or just, you know, adjustable tongue and groove pliers that Klein had to offer. Kind of wanted to see how they would compare to the alligator pliers from Knipex. And you also get a pair of, so you get those, which are a 10-inch pair, and then you get a 8-inch needle nose or a long nose plier, and then you get their standard diagonal cutters. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the diagonal cutters first. Now, these are just the D228-8 diagonal cutters. The only thing really different about these is they feature the yellow handle. But if you aren't familiar with the Klein diagonal cutters, here they are. Now, these ones, I'm actually kind of surprised. I'm thinking Klein has kind of started to step up their game a little bit with some of their pliers. They're starting to come in a lot loose and a lot more broken in. So that is a little bit nice. Now, you do kind of have some oil coming out of the joint. I did oil these up when I got them. Just to that's just kind of what I do when I get new tools. I like to put some oil on them because I'm not sure how long they've been sitting in the packaging. And then on the front of the tool, you got the Klein Tools name, logo, and then you have these are made in the States. Now, this kit does advertise as everything is made in the U.S., with I believe with the exception of the water pump pliers or the adjustable pliers. But overall, these D228s are a nice, solid cutting plier. We'll go ahead and cut through some Romex, and I'll kind of demonstrate it. You do get that loud snapping sound when you cut through them, but they do, you know, they function fairly well for diagonal cutters. I don't personally use the D228s every day. I just have a pair of the J2000-8, which is the Journeyman style version of these, and I believe the Journeyman styles have the it's that hardened edge on them, so you can cut through screws, nails, and things like that without damaging the cutting knives over time. So these, you know, generally come with a burgundy handle, but I think the yellow handles look a lot better, especially in the tool bag. Like I said, I just kind of like the yellow style handles. I didn't really need another set of these, but, you know, kind of said might as well just pick up the set and get them, and pretty happy with those. So I'll set those off to the side. Now, these guys are a little bit on the stiff side, but they do move relatively freely. They do kind of open and close on their own. Not fully, but at least something's better than nothing. Now, I think this is now my fourth pair of these long nose pliers in my collection. You know, pretty standard needle nose or long nose pliers from Klein. You only get the one directional cross hatching there, so you do get some nice gripping. But it's not going to be as good as a full crosshatch, but you do get some nice gripping with these pliers. And then the cutting edge on there is, I could say it's fairly decent. It's not my favorite cutting edge to use, or not my favorite way to cut wire. But if you needed to cut some wire or a zip tie, and these were the only things you had on them, they will get the job done, and they are fairly sharp. They have no issue cutting through. I think this was 12-stranded wire. Not really too much to say about these guys. You know, like I said, I think I've done at least 3 other reviews on them. This is going to be now my 4th review. So if you want to find out some more information about these, I suggest you go check out one of my other reviews on these guys. Now, the last piece to the puzzle is these adjustable pliers that Klein started to offer. Now, these, I believe they have 2 different variations of these. They had one that I believe are just rebranded NWS kind of adjustable pliers, and they have this version. Now, when you look on the website and on just the straight packaging where this tool is sold by itself, they say forged in the U.S. with U.S. steel, but I don't think they finished these here in the States. I think they sent them down to Mexico after they stamped them for final assembly, or maybe the final grinding. Well, I'm not 100% sure what it is, but these ones do not say made in the USA, like the needle nose say made in the USA, and the diagonal cutters say made in the USA. So these, like I said, just say forged in the US with US steel, and I believe, like I said, they send them down to Mexico to do the finish grinding and probably the finish yellow dipping on the handles. I just kind of wanted to, I've been always looking at these and wanting to see how they compare to the Knipex, because they're significantly cheaper than the Knipex in price. And they have, you know, all those, I'm not sure, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 10 adjustment points, 10 or 11 adjustment points that you can put these at. But that's pretty much kind of how they work. And like I said, I've always been wanting to see how these compare to the Knipex. So that's kind of why I decided to pick these up, or just kind of pick up the set in general. So I am most likely going to make a comparison video here in the future. Haven't heard too many, you know, reviews on these guys, so I'll have to check them out and let you guys know how they are in the future. But that is pretty much it for this review. Like I said, I picked these guys up at Lowe, saw them on the shelf, and was already interested in this pair of pliers, and just said, might as well buy the kit while I'm at it. I believe the kit ran me about $40. I believe it's exclusively sold at Lowe's, but you might be able to find it on some other online retailers like eBay and Amazon. I will do my best to see if I can find it anywhere else for purchase if you don't want to buy it from Lowe's or you can't find it at Lowe's at the time of filming this video. And I don't think there's going to be a product page for this kit on Klein's website, but I will link the individual product pages in the description below if you are looking to find out more information on each one of the tools that come in the kit. And then, like I said, I will leave a couple links in the description below if you are interested in purchasing this kit for yourself and you want to use it. I will leave some links down in the description below. You can have it shipped to your house if you can't find it at your local Lowe's or you don't have a Lowe's close to you. But with that being said, that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching.